Welcome to the Humanergy Leadership Podcast, where we tackle your toughest leadership challenges and share practical tools to help you lead with impact.
Hey, I'm Mimi with Humanergy. This workshop is part of our free monthly leadership series where we share practical tools leaders can use right away with their teams. In this session, Quay Eady presents on alignment. Most teams think they're aligned, but alignment rarely breaks overnight. It drifts. Priorities shift, roles get fuzzy, and communication starts to break down. In this workshop, Quay will show you how to spot alignment gaps early and lead the conversations that bring teams back onto the same page. You can register for our free sessions on our website, and we hope you'll join us. Over to Quay.
Let's talk about it today, guys. Alignment. We really want to get it and keep it. And in the chat, you guys put out some really good things when it came to being on the same page and getting alignment. It allows you to, what some people say, row the boat. Yes, row in the right directions. Your goals are made on time. The most important thing is that there are fewer mistakes and fewer breakdowns in communication. Yes, and that is what teams really need. And so most teams, they really think they're aligned, but alignment drifts quietly. It's not a real loud thing. And it doesn't break down overnight. It kind of breaks down slowly, and it creates this drift when there's not recalibration, right? So looking at the way we're defining alignment today, we're ensuring that all parties have the same picture of success, timelines, roles, and expectations, right? So the picture in my mind is the same exact picture that's in your mind. We are aligned. The team is moving in the right direction. We're all like marching to the same beat, because alignment can turn into misalignment really, really fast. And this could end up with costly mistakes, guys. Could you imagine how much it's going to cost to fix this railroad? And these costly mistakes is not on anyone's list. No one's planning for costly mistakes. So high-performing teams, the best teams in the business, they notice drift early and do whatever they have to do to bring everyone back on the same page. In this drift, it happens in the gap. In these alignment gaps, I really want you guys to think about these. Now, there are tons of alignment gaps that could happen, but these three are the ones you'll see most frequently. There's either a gap in the understanding of the priorities, of people's roles, or people's behavior. This alignment drift, it really happens in these gaps, and that's when we're not aligned on these three things. So let's walk through the three really quickly, and I'm going to give you some signals of when they're happening. So in a priority gap, that's when everyone around you is busy, but no one's focusing on the right thing. Like people are coming in, they're there, they're doing their time, but there's really no momentum towards the goal. We're really not accomplishing anything. And this doesn't have to be because the person is out of touch. This could be because there's competing priorities. Like the direction is shifting so fast that it's hard to keep up with things, especially if there isn't effective communication. And sometimes there could be this thing called an initiative overload. We're always, chasing noise instead of impact. And so this constant urgency will definitely create priority gaps. And I know you've all heard the saying, if everything is a priority, nothing is a priority, right? So we have to be very clear on, hey, are people busy in the right direction? Or are they just busy doing nothing? Role gaps. Number two, this is all about ownership. This is when the ownership is assumed rather than explicit, like laid out. This is when you hear things like, oh, well, I thought John was doing it. If there's a John in here, not you. I thought Dale was doing it. Not you either, Dale. But that is what role gap sounds like. Decisions start to stall. Who's making the decision? I thought they were making it. I thought you were making it. If everybody thought somebody else was doing it, nobody actually does it, right? And then work starts to circle back, starts to get reworked. Things aren't done correctly. You know, it's funny that we can always find time to do something over, but rarely find time to do it right the first time, right? And I'm not going to get into quantum physics, but I think time is time. And if we have that time there, we could do it right the first time. Okay. And this clarity of ownership, there's actually some power in clarity of ownership because it helps build the team's trust of one another and the leader. I had espresso this morning. I'm sorry, guys. It helps create this team trust of one another and the leader. So this role clarity, this clarity of ownership, that will close that role gap and definitely help the team move stronger, faster. In this behavior gap, some people may call it like a conduct gap or a standards gap. This is when the values on the wall don't match the behavior within those walls. You know, sometimes we'll say as a company, we are, committed to collaboration or innovative thinking or open communication, but no one has the hard conversations. No one has the one-on-ones. No one has those coaching sessions or that development to where it's changing the way people think and behave about the way we reach our goals. And without that recalibration, the standards soften. And when the standards start to change, the culture starts to change. And then the words on the wall just become dusty words on the wall and not the way we show up at work every day. For our clients, for our customers, for our members. Right? So this alignment starts to drift. This happens when there is a gap and we're not aligned on these priorities, the roles that people are supposed to be doing, the strategy they're supposed to be applying, and the way they show up as a team member, as a leader. And those gaps, either if they're wide or narrow, they can be closed. There is hope, there's something that we can do as leaders to close these gaps and get the alignment. And I'm gonna give you 2 levels of this. The first level is level 1. We're just gonna call this an alignment recalibration conversation, right? And now this could be like a one-on-one. If it's specific instances of misalignment, this could be a team meeting, project meeting, anything. And it's 3 simple questions that have powerful results, right? This is our practical way to get alignment and keep it. So number 1, clarify what matters most. The best teams in your business, they keep their priorities visible and they reinforce them. You will hear the leader say, what matters most right now is X, Y, and Z. So people will know if I'm working on ABC, somebody's not on the same page. There's misalignment. Those leaders will repeatedly say, what success looks like is this. This is the direction we're going. Leaders lead. It's in the title, right? So we have to set that direction for our teams to follow, right? I keep saying right because I see you guys nodding and I'm like, right? Yeah. And when you have these conversations of what matters most now, the 2 benefits out of that is focus and momentum. How many of us have worked with somebody, know somebody, or ourselves could use a little more focus? Right? Yeah, absolutely. So what matters most right now? That question allows you to gain some focus, gain some momentum, and start moving in the right direction. Your team gets more aligned. Number 2, who owns what? This defines the clarity. This defines the ownership clarity. This makes accountability first and foremost, because we know who decides what, who executes what, and who supports what. Who's doing what by when is one of my favorite meeting endings. Who's doing what by when? And so it's said out loud in the meeting. Everyone knows, it's kind of like this group accountability thing. And you get faster decisions, less friction. And lastly, we need to reinforce behaviors that support performance, that support high performance. What behaviors will help us succeed? How do we need to show up and work together with each other to make sure that we're successful? The best teams around, they don't just state they value, they model them, they reinforce them. And this helps with accountability, which is always the hardest thing to do at work, hold people accountable. But this helps with that. It helps with collaboration, trust. And when you have those things, you build stronger cultures and sustained performance. So this 3-phased alignment recalibration conversation, this can be had face-to-face. The worst case scenario, you send it in an email. But we really want to create that mutual understanding through face-to-face conversations, because we know effective communication has a lot of parts to it, right? So I told you guys that it was 2 levels to this. So this is level 1. Level 2 is a model called What Great Teams Do Great. And I'm going to invite you guys to download this for free from our website. And this really will introduce you into a way to resolve issues by staying on a green path, which is focused forwards on solution, which is rooted in effective communication that's caring, honest, and direct. And it will help you avoid the red path, which is full of attacking, ignoring, blaming, being defensive. We are guilty of it. It's a natural response. But we want to avoid that and get off the red path as much as possible and get back to that green path where we're engaging, aligning, and learning from each other. So when you have misalignments on your team, you can pull out this model and go straight to this top level over here and ask these questions in the cycles. Do we have the right team? Are we truly aligned? If the answer is no, then you have these questions here in the setup box. Who are we? What are we really trying to achieve and why? What external reality are we faced against? What's our obstacles? What are our non-negotiable behaviors of working together? And you say, hey, we got the right team. We are aligned. This foundation is strong. Then you go over to the improvement cycle, like, well, do we have the right plan to achieve these goals? What are our deliverables? What resources do we need to do them? Who's going to do what by when? And lastly, the discipline cycle. Are we doing what we said we're going to do? Are we implementing the plan? Are we making the right decisions? Are we meeting, checking in, supporting each other, problem solving? Now, this is level 2 alignment recalibration. I would advise everyone to start off with level 1 and having that first level conversation, and then pulling this out at least annually to make sure your team is aligned and you're all moving on the right direction. And so using this tool to resolve issues and stay on the green path will definitely help you and your team have alignment, which is just ensuring that we're all on the same page. We all have the same picture of success, timelines, roles, and expectations, because alignment is going to accelerate your performance, your productivity, and your overall success. So from me to you, friends, when it comes to alignment, you got to get it and keep it.
That was the Humanergy Leadership Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe and visit humanergy.com for many more resources.